new one. All right. So let's see here. All right. So after 3 weeks of being at Max and Trudy's, I sort of became restless with Crystal Waters again, because like I said, no one was doing what they said they were. Not even Max and Trudy. Um, they were old for sure. I mean, around 70 or something, keeping bees in the garden. No, so keeping a garden isn't easy for them. That's for sure. I mean, and they had lovely pecan orchards as well with 120 trees, and they had their black cows graze in between them in the paddocks, and at one point they were almost self-sufficient in terms of food. That's they said that, but I don't know. I haven't lived in Australia long enough to say what works and what doesn't. I mean, I learned a lot. For example, it's dry in the soil. I mean, really dry, and everything needs to be shaded and kept moist. Even the veggie garden needs shade. I mean, I might have tried sunken beds instead of raised beds, since raised beds actually dries out a lot quicker. So, or I would just have planted on flat ground with shade trellises over it. And yeah, water is key. Lots of rain tanks unless you have nice ponds in your garden. And please use more sticks in your organic mulch. That's what I've written. Not just grass. Everywhere I looked, I saw grass and grass. No one used the sticks, which is vital because it keeps moisture in them. But yeah, I spent 3 weeks there and I got to see a lot of Crystal Water and got to be at two markets with nice music and stalls and things. And yeah, it's very lovely atmosphere and feeling there. It's a really nice place actually. I also spent some time visiting other people's places there as well, looking at interesting house designs and things. And all in all, I really like Crystal Waters. I hope they will grow more food there in the future because there was no like they weren't growing any food there. They had all of these amazing, yeah, um, potential to just grow more fruit trees. Oh yeah, uh, one man I did get to meet there was Steve Langton, among many others. But this crazy fanatical instrument maker, that's his like his own word. I got to help him set up his pyrophone juggernaut. You can see the link here. I mean, he was really good at making instruments and music. He told me something really interesting. He told me that from the beginning we used a scale of music that was harmonic or natural. Then Bach came along and he changed it to a broken scale. And so the music sounds out of tune, and we're trying to sort of compensate for the broken scale. It's not like not perfectly in pitch. So the natural scale or harmonic is the song of the birds and the waterfall and the winds, and while the broken one is anything else. And you can read it about it more here, but it was very interesting to see why some music sounds good and others don't. I mean, like the natural sounds sweet to our ears. It's actually very pleasant to listen to, like the songbirds or waterfall or anything like that. But as soon as you change it to that broken, it sort of doesn't sound sweet anymore. And you can do that. I mean, the Indians knew that when they're playing their flutes and things like that. They're having this harmonic scale or natural scale. It's very nice actually. Oh yeah, and I also met Zaya there because they were going to the Olympics in Brazil, and their bands, what was it called again? Was it something with I don't was it something with gypsies or something? I don't remember the name. What was the band? Yeah, anyway, but yeah, and I didn't know she was in that band, or I didn't know that Steve was in that band. But one day while rehearsing, Zaya was there, and yeah, it was quite fun to meet her there actually, and I helped I helped Steve pack and polish the pyrophone and setting it up and everything, and yeah, and one day there was the other band members, and They were going to Brazil. I think that they actually, because they were gonna send the whole package in before, a few months before, and then they were going to go on a later date. And I never asked if, because I saw him again a few months ago, and I didn't ask him, or well, I didn't meet him. I just saw him, and I was wondering if they went or not, because they weren't sure. But I think they did. It's worth looking up anyway. It would be cool to see if they actually played in the They were gonna play at the opening ceremony in the Olympics, which would have been very cool. So, but anyway, uh, and so as you know, I had planned to go to Rockhampton on the 8th of April, but as I was growing restless in Crystal Waters because I had one more month left before going up north, and I thought I wanted to see one more farm before going there, because I didn't only want to see Kinkin and Crystal Waters and that's it. So I asked, and all of the people I asked it was if they knew anyone who was living off the land and was being self-supportive, and nobody knew of anyone until one day I was walking to the village green and I met Paul and Pat and Kathy's family, and they were on bicycles. But Jonah, the young boy, he decided that he didn't want to go back with the bicycle because it was mostly uphill. And I said, let's see, and I said, yeah, that's fine. I'll walk with you because I didn't. Yeah. Um, and and Paul and Isla went on their dual bike pedaling. She's so cute. She's just 4 years old, and Jonah is 7, I think, or 8. But yeah, they're so cute. Um, and yeah, so as we were approaching our home, Jonah he decided to hitch the last part. I mean, to hitch inside of Crystal Waters. Yeah, it takes like half an hour if you want to go on the furthest end. But we were so close; it's just a few hundred meters maybe. But he decided to hitch, and even though, and I said like, no, no, we're almost there. Like, but he was already up with his thumbs. He was so quick on it. And in the car there was a woman named Michaela, and during that short space of time she conveyed so much information. I mean, and she asked me the right questions as well to spark this conversation. I don't even know how it started, really. I have no like memory or clue on it, on how it started, but it seemed very magical to me. And she told me about this magical place in New Zealand where the family work together and they live off the land and are off the grid, and just this amazing and most beautiful spot you can see. I mean, it was, and so I was intrigued. It sounded just what I was looking for, like just like exactly, but it didn't feel right. I had a strong feeling of not going. I had like anxiety and restless nights after that. I don't know, I don't know why, but uh, because yeah, there was, I wanted to go, but I had no peace in my decision uh, to not. But I decided to go anyway. Oh, but before I did, I went to see her again and got some more information. And after that, I gave them a call, and they said I was welcome. Everyone thought I should go except for two that I met that said maybe you should listen to intuition. But anyway, I went, and yeah, I'll pause here and tell you all about it. That was quite something.